things before I go along and tell 1,000 lies.
I'm George Macker and I'm the lead singer of the band Staggering Station. Well, since I was a kid, I always played guitar. I was interested in bands like the Arctic Monkeys, the Beatles, Oasis, and just stemmed from there really. I loved picking up my acoustic guitar and always just started to enjoy writing songs since I was about 15 years old. Then went to college, did music there, and went to do a degree in music production as well. It's always been an interest of mine. Like I said, 90s Britpop and the Beatles especially. I enjoy producing, I enjoy being in the studio. I think when it comes to music, I think that's the most enjoyable thing for me. I just love coming up with new stuff in the studio, and I think it's a special place. I think with a lot of subjects, it's very essay-based and stuff, but with music, it's very creative, and you can come up with anything anytime, and it's a really special place, the studio. Any studio you go to, you can always come up with new things. I would say in production, I think getting the sound right sometimes. I think the EQ stuff and stuff with compression can be challenging. So I'd say that's the most challenging thing. Outside of production, but also in music studies, I think theory is a very important thing, but I think that can also be quite challenging as well. I am quite proficient with a few different DAWs, so with regards to what equipment and softwares do I use Ableton Live as a DAW, but I also know how to use Pro Tools and Logic too. It comes down to many different things. It's about you being in a studio mainly, because that's where you produce itself. So getting familiar with speakers, mixing. I think mixing is probably the first thing you sort of cover when it comes to music production. We also cover mastering music, so making sure the sounds are right when it's pre-release, so things like getting it right for Spotify. It's just expanded my knowledge really. I think I've learnt a lot of new genres of music in first year at University at FutureWorks, where I go to. I didn't mention that at the start, but a lot of it is studio based, so a lot of what we learn is in a studio, which is really good because coming into the university course, I didn't know how to use compression effectively. I didn't know how to use reverbs and delays as good as I do now, and my mixing skills have got 100 times better over the 3 years. My band's Staggering Station. I plan to get an album out by April, and I plan to keep recording and releasing music for that. There's just 2 members for now, but I plan to find 2 more soon. I have an album out in April. The first single should be dropping on the 13th of February, on the Friday. I think it's a Friday, but it will be a Friday it's released. I think it's the 13th. It's the release for Talking Stage, my first single of the year. So that should be fun. I do plan to do gigs eventually, but I do plan to record and release music on the side and hopefully do gigs and festivals eventually. Firstly, I think just be committed. I think you have to go 100% into something and you've got to put everything into it. I think with music, you have to just obsess. And I think the best people at whatever they do, whether that's songwriting, whether that's being a producer, or people in other industries as well in the arts, I think just being obsessed in what you do and just wanting to improve and learn and staying grounded on it as well. I think really you've just got to be really committed and I think hard work more than anything.
The only thing standing, the only thing standing, the only thing standing, got a mouth.